So good. Well, welcome everyone who's here so far. My name's Kate. Thank you for coming out to Kate University tonight. Who's a first timer to KU? What? First time ever to a KU class. Awesome. So this is totally different than any of the KUs I normally do, but at the same time, like KU is normally like a sample of a class or something or a hobby that you might get into. So like I give you this 101 on it, and you figure out, do I want to invest more time? Do I want to go buy a mountain bike or buy a set of skis or whatever? But at least with this, you can find out, oh my gosh, I love volunteering, or I love helping out the food bank. You can sign up to do it again. They can point you to other places in town. So a couple months ago when we were actually talking about the food bank, it was the day after the weed dating story had made national news of the guy in town here who had a garden, invited people out to weed it, but they had to be single, so it was called weed dating. And I had talked about it for like 2 minutes on the air, and then I met Jennifer, and she was like, oh my God, I love that idea. Do you think we could do that? And I'm like, well, yeah, sure. And I'm like, I've never done anything like that with KU, but I don't see why not. So voila, here's KU Date You tonight. Obviously, if you do want to become Facebook friends with someone tonight in here, that's totally fine. But I just want everyone to know there's no pressure whatsoever. It's just a mingle, have fun, have a good time. Let's talk about really quick just some of the misconceptions. I mean, obviously you guys are here. You're amazing for volunteering 2 hours of your time tonight. But just, I don't know if, I actually have friends that when we started doing this were like, oh, don't help the food bank. The food bank sells food to people. The food bank, is helping people that are taking advantage of the system. And there's all these misconceptions that just irk me to know. Well, I don't think they realize the food bank is a giant umbrella that helps so maybe you can talk about some of the misconceptions that we've had.
We don't sell food to our partners. We are the largest provider of free emergency food in the state. We're also not federally or state funded. So we're a private charitable nonprofit organization. We receive some reimbursements for our Picnic in the Park program, which is our summer feeding program for the kids outside of school. But other than that's just paying us back for what we already provide. But there's always going to be that certain margin of population that may be taking advantage of the system. But is that enough of a issue for us to stop the other 99% who need the help? It's just not for us, especially when you talk about kids who are vulnerable and they have no control over the situation. And 1 in 4 children in Idaho live in a household that's dealing with food insecurity, which means they live in a household where the parents are not exactly sure where they're going to get the food to feed the family for the next meal. They don't have quite enough of the nutritious food. So we spend a lot of time and money and effort on making sure what we bring in is nutritious.
You gotta go with the flow.
I just go in and take care of the patients.
I'm going to set the pace. I'm going slow. I'm going to enjoy my time.
Okay, we have a hold up on this side of working.
KU Date You was a huge success out here tonight at the Idaho Food Bank. As you can tell, I'm in the giant warehouse. We had the assembly line going with 36 of us, and in just over an hour, we packed 1,000 backpacks for kids that need it. Food insecure kids are going to get these backpacks on Friday, and they're going to take them home, and they've got 2 breakfasts, 2 lunches, 2 dinners, and 2 snacks, and they will know where their food is coming for all weekend long. And it's just an amazing feeling to get out and volunteer. So thank you to everyone who came out tonight and volunteered. I'm not too sure yet if there's been any love connections made at KU Date You, but I'll keep you posted. If you hear of me attending any weddings soon, that's probably something from KU Date You. So a big thanks to the Idaho Food Bank, and thank you to everyone who has become a backpack buddy.